Podketeers.
3, 2, 1. That was my attempt at doing the Space Mountain theme.
Oh.
No, that was Mega Man. Oh no, that's not Mega Man. That's Night at
We just need
the Square Dance.
Sorry.
Oh, was that supposed to be Sandstorm?
Sandstorm.
Yes. Raven.
That's not what went through my head. At first, I thought it was something totally different, and then it sounded like a night at the Square Dance or something.
Oh.
And then after that, and then finally, when you did the hand gestures, I was like, oh, he must be doing like, oh, I get it, it's Sandstorm. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
It all kind of went together.
That's higher pitched than what I was doing before.
I mean, it's in my head now. That's the problem. Now it's going to be in my head.
Party people! Yeah! I'm going to do another one.
Whoop.
Yeah, exactly. There it is.
Tag team. Did you know they were back again?
What?
What?
Check it and direct it. Let's begin.
You stop.
Where did they go?
Oh, they're just around.
Oh, but they're back again.
Oh.
Where
Maybe
did they...
just because they wanted to check it and direct it so they could begin. Maybe they wanted to party on with the party people and they wanted to make some noise.
Over here,
DC
over
was
there.
in the house. They want to jump, rejoice. You know what I mean? There's a party over here. Then there's a party over there. Put your hands in the air and then shake a derriere. Was it 3 words that were gonna get you busy?
What?
Was it whoomp? There it is.
You know what's funny? I like
Visuals.
how
Visuals
those
are everything.
I like how those guys will sell out for anything. It is so funny. It's like, hey, you got a thing, you're gonna sell it, make your money,
Do
friends.
it.
But it's just like anything that rhymes with whoomp, they're just like, all right, we'll do your commercial. Scoop, there it is. Like it's
Yeah.
What was the music? Was it Party Rockers that they used for the Kia commercial with the hamsters or the gerbils or what was it?
I think
Oh.
so.
Do you remember? Was
For
it
the
Party
Soul?
Rockers? Yeah,
it
for the Kia
was.
Soul?
It was Party Rock Anthem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Party Rock Anthem. That's what it was.
Well, let's see. I looked it up and it said some of the songs used were "The Choice Is Yours" by the Black Sheep, Party Rock Anthem, Gangnam Style, Applause, and Animals by Moon 5.
I like the commercials where it was Party Rock Anthem. Those were my favorite ones.
Remember that? Remember the good old days when Party Rock
those are
Anthem
old,
was
man.
around, and that was just
That's
a
still
thing.
good.
Over a decade.
I'm not saying it's not still good, but
Oh.
remember, just bring yourself back to like 2011 or whatever.
Yep.
And annual passes were like $600.
Electronica
and...
days.
Dude, in 2010, passes were only $300
My first pass, I think I got
with
20.
parking.
Yeah, my first pass I got, I think was like 2011, 2012 was like the full, premier pass or whatever they called it at the time was like $400.
And that's the Cross Nation one, right?
No,
But
that
also-
was just
That
the
was a
full
premiere.
Disneyland one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I
premium
remember
or whatever it was.
In 2010, I think it was like $386 or something.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I remember
also with like
yeah.
free fast pass.
Yeah.
That was the best.
And then free pass pass. You go up to the machine. Hey, listen
Yeah.
here, folks.
You just had to walk.
Yeah.
Children
Make that
listening.
effort.
Before, what you did is you took that paper ticket or your pass. I have mine. Where's mine?
I still have my cards too.
Here's my annual pass.
I love it.
It's a little
I should
tombstone.
buy one of those little tombstones too. I should buy one of those and put mine. I still have mine.
And what
as
you used to
well.
do is you take your ticket and you stick it in a machine, and then it'd print out another ticket, and it'd say, "Come back to the ride with this ticket." And if you lose a ticket, that stinks for you. You gotta keep. It's like your Social Security card, where it's like, all right, this is a piece of paper, and we're not gonna protect it in any way.
Yes, accurate.
Yeah.
But you gotta skip the line. And also, we didn't have as many of these back then, so the lines weren't as bad.
Right.
I'll get off out of my grandpa Apple box.
I should design a T-shirt with podcast information that looks like a Fast Pass ticket.
Yeah.
I think that would be a fun design.
That would be fun.
Throwback
Throwback.
to 2012.
Yeah. You know what I've been thinking about recently, since we're talking about T-shirts?
Tacos.
Towels or tacos?
Tacos.
Ooh, tacos are good. Let's talk about tacos.
I was just like guessing what you were thinking about recently. I figured
tacos,
it was tacos.
That's a pretty safe bet.
I was thinking about. I've had tacos twice this week
Tacos,
already. It's only
churros,
Wednesday,
I mean,
so
Hey.
It's pretty accurate. Coffee. You're like. No, I've been actually thinking about the fundraiser that we're going to be doing for cancer research coming up, and in the past we've given away, we gave away the Disney plaque, to people that donated over $100. That was just our thank you. It wasn't, listed anywhere or anything. It was just our way of saying thank you for helping us reach our goal. And I've been thinking a lot about what can we do this year, to give away to people that donate a specific amount or help us. And I had a couple of ideas. I wanted to 3D print something again, which I might still do. But I was considering doing a T-shirt, like an actual Teamboat Willie T-shirt that has some kind of theming for cancer research, for what we're actually fundraising for. And if you, donate a specific amount, we'll just send you a T-shirt for free. But the T-shirt could also serve the purpose of what we did with the pins, right? Where the pins, anything we made from the pins, we were donating as part of our fundraising efforts. And the shirt, I think we could do the same thing.
Sure.
Minus the cost, obviously, of the shirt and stuff like that. But we were paying the shipping and stuff out of pocket as a thank you. So that could be something that we do. If anybody has any suggestions, I'm totally open to it, because I like to send people stuff as a thank you whenever they help us, especially when we can reach our goal. This year, I might make it $1,000. Let me rephrase that. I made it $1,000, but I can update it back down to $500, because that's what we had it as last
Let's
time.
make a $10,000 goal.
Can we do 10,000 in 8
I mean,
months
we
or
can set the
whatever?
goal. We probably won't meet it, but we can set it, right? There's no.
I do want to be able to celebrate reaching the goal, right? So, and we could do what we've done in the past, where we set the goal, and then if we meet it, we can up the goal,
right,
and then try to meet it a second time around. Like we've done it with this, we've done it with Chalk Walk, we've done it with a couple of other things that we did. So, if anybody has any ideas on what you would potentially like, and hey, if you donated $100 again this year and you didn't get an opportunity to get one of the plaques last year, let me know and I'll send you that. It's fine. I'm willing to make those and send them out again this year for anyone that didn't get a chance to do it last year. But yeah, that's been top of mind, and just sending thank you gifts and stuff like that. The T-shirt is kind of the front runner right now, because it can serve the double purpose. Like we could sell it and donate the proceeds from the shirt, and we can give it away as a thank you. So
how about coasters with our faces on them?
Ooh. There's mine.
You can set your drink on my face.
Oh, I don't know if I like
it's like we're all trapped inside the coaster.
Okay, that's fun.
It's not unprecedented. We've had faces on merchandise before, so it wouldn't be a first. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we come up with. But if you have any suggestions, let me know. Send them over our way. Leave us a comment. Join us on Discord. Leave a comment in the video or the audio. Your favorite podcast app, whatever. Hey, speaking of comments, I want to just comment on something from our last episode, actually. So we were talking about the park, the new upcoming park that Disney's planning, right?
Oh,
And-
Abu Dhabi,
The Abu Dhabi park, yeah.
Yeah.
And
where Nermal goes.
where Normal goes, where Garfield sends Normal.
Garfield sends Nermal.
And we always ask, for comments. We always ask for suggestions. We want to start a conversation and stuff. And so one thing that I've been happy about throughout the years is that, if we get something wrong, we've always had people point out that, hey, you got something wrong. And so this last week, it was pointed out to us that one of the comments that was made on the podcast about, how women were treated in the UAE was slightly wrong. There was, there have been some advancements and stuff. And so it's not, what we thought. And so, what we were saying was basically based on what we knew. And, I'll be the first to admit, I'm not a scholar of the world. I don't know every single thing that's happening
Right.
every minute of the day
Same.
in every other country.
Yeah.
Right? So, what we base some of our opinions on is, what we see in the news and what we read in articles and stuff like that. So, it was pointed out to us that there have been some advancements. And anytime somebody takes the time to politely say, hey, this was wrong, this is why it was wrong, and allows us, it basically gives us a learning opportunity, right? And one thing that I've been happy about, especially in the last decade of my life, is I think that I've had learning opportunities that have helped me grow as a person, and they've helped me learn about other cultures and other people, and all sorts of things that have broadened my view of the world. So anytime we can start a conversation that's meaningful and actually that feels that it's out of that it's coming from a good place, right?
Yeah.
We invite those conversations because again, it does help us grow. And in this case, it just pointed out something that we weren't aware of. And so
Sure.
now, it's going to help me go back at least and say, oh, let me go research this and find a little bit more about this and why it was wrong and what's been happening and stuff like that. So, keep the comments coming. We learn a lot from them. We love to hear from you guys and stuff. And, again, if we get something wrong, please feel free to point it out. There's been plenty of times that things have been pointed. Listen, for years, this is in a podcast episode. I didn't realize that for years I was mispronouncing the word calliope.
Oh,
For
yeah.
years.
Oh, I remember that.
Years.
How are you
I
saying
learned
it?
I learned it as Calliope. And no one ever corrected me. Never. And it wasn't until I forgot where we were or what happened where I said the word and somebody said, what is that? I was all like, oh, it's this. And I described the one in Fantasyland. They're like, no, you mean Calliope. I was like, what? They're like, yeah, that's how you pronounce it. It's Calliope. I was like, what? And so it was
that song, Manfred Mann's song? He says Calliope in that, right?
Well, I mean, again, learning opportunities, right? So,
Yeah.
if we're wrong. We'll just correct it. We'll do our best to do better next time. That's what I'm getting to. So.
Well, you know what? Also, I was that person for a little while commenting on the Facebook post to be like, excuse me, actually, the date for this. You can go back on the Facebook post and look. And there's comments from me before I was on here. I was like, excuse me, actually, the how to mention was this.
But
I don't know why I turned into. I don't know why I turned into
Professor
frickin'
Frink.
Professor Frink. Oh, freaking
But look where it got you. The fact that you started those conversations allowed us to, go back and forth. It helped me learn stuff. It helped correct stuff that I didn't know about. And, we became friends. And look, now you're a part of the podcast,
Right.
So,
Right.
There you go.
it
Dreams do
works out
come
in the
true.
end. So dreams do come true. Exactly. So, keep the comments coming. We love it. And yeah. So last week we wanted to talk about FanFest because Mel had an opportunity to attend, but we were talking about everything else, and we were getting through the last episode. We didn't get a chance to touch on FanFest. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about some of the other stuff that's been happening this last week. You had a Dreamlight Valley thing that you brought up that I wanted more information about. Explain this. Explain what happened again.
Explain the picture that I sent you both.
Yes. What happened exactly?
Yeah, I'm not playing Dreamlight Valley right now, so I have no idea what's going on.
Okay, so the Cheshire Cat had it. They had an event, so it was. I forgot what it was called. Something of chaos, and every week, I don't know if I think we talked about it, where it was a new like a new challenge was going to be unlocked by a certain date, and you only had from May 2nd, I think it was May 2nd through the 20th. So, the past, I'm going to admit, I put some hours into this game because I wanted everything. So I spent my last 2 weekend days maybe playing 4 to 5 hours so I could get every single puzzle piece.
Grinding away.
Yes.
I wish.
Yes, I'm going to admit that. I did that. I told myself not to do anything. I was going to relax and play Dreamlight Valley. So,
nice.
Just a little bit of context because just to give you an idea, because I'm gonna come up to this. The point will make sense. So I like to spend at Scrooge's almost every time, every day. So I usually have about how many coins? Maybe 1.5 million coins.
Oh, million coins.
Million, whatever they're.
Trillion. Bajillion,
whatever
so
it is.
many.
Oh, if you get into the billion, now it just shows point something with a B next to it.
For reals? I don't have that.
Yeah.
Does that mean Heyzen has that?
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
Too many pumpkin
So
puffs.
Pumpkin King.
I've always averaged that. So I'm okay, let me do this grinding because the last, actually no, not the last one. This was one of the challenges that only took place in the valley, and it was finding all the pink cracks so that you could dig them up.
Oh.
Okay, so I used the strategy. I used to press X, zoom out, look at everything so I could find them, right?
Yeah.
Every single time. I want to say since last Friday. I don't know what happened, but in the game, it was nearly impossible to get every piece. Because in the beginning, I was able to get them, and it was the last 5 that I just could not find. And so by the time it was the 19th, and I want to say the 20th, because, no, it was 20 hours before it ended. I have hit every single of those things, and even the other ones that weren't pink, because I was finding the memories, but they were all coins, and I ended up with 2 million at the end, and I was forget it, I give up, I'm not going to do this. That was I just needed one piece. So today's the 21st. I get on the game. I'm let me just continue because I'm actually doing pretty good for the other star path right now. And I'm let me do my thing. Whatever. I see a pink crack on the floor. And I'm pink? What's going on? The event's gone. Even if you were to look for the event itself, it's gone. And so I dig it up and poof, I get the last piece, and that's the screenshot I send you is unlocking the last piece, which should have been done yesterday. So I was okay, was this because of all the trouble and that they were just all coins? What? Huh? But yeah, I ended up completing the whole thing, but it took a lot of my time.
Yeah. So I think I may have an explanation for this.
Okay.
So I was looking through my app to see if I had a screenshot of... Yeah, so I have a couple of screenshots because I saved it because I was doing the same thing that you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And can I quickly upload this? Yeah, so did I download? I'm trying to figure out if they actually downloaded it. Yep, there they are. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you my theory, and then I'm gonna show you these videos because this came up with the Easter event, with the egg event, because I don't know if you completed that one, but
No.
for Easter every year they have like an event where, or at least the last couple of years, where you find different color eggs, or you help Wally complete some tasks and he gives you like yellow eggs and stuff.
And then what
This
do you
year-
do with the eggs?
Well, you use them to craft other things. Like you use them
Yeah.
to craft like
You don't
chairs and
cook these.
balloon
Right.
things, and you
I mean,
can eat them.
cook them, right?
You actually
Yeah.
can eat them.
I haven't tried that.
Yeah, you actually. I've accidentally eaten them, and oh man, it pissed me off so much. But the point that I'm trying to make is that it happened to me with the Easter event, where after I was done, or after the event was done, the eggs were still appearing in the valley. Like the blue eggs were
Oh,
still
yeah.
appearing in different locations. And so I'm thinking that there's like a set amount that's supposed to appear for everybody. And as you collect them, they
Oh.
respawn because only a specific amount can spawn at any time. And I think kind of the same thing happened with the Cheshire Cat thing.
That makes sense.
The with the Cheshire Cat ones, I think it was a limit of 3 at a time. It was either
I
3 or
got- I
5.
got
I
more
don't
at-
remember.
I
Yeah.
got like at least 4 or 5.
Then it was 5. That's what the limit
Yeah.
was then. So it was 5 at a time that spawned every X amount of hours. But for me, the challenge with those was that they were appearing behind buildings. They were appearing like tucked under bushes and things that I was decorating with and stuff. And so in some cases, I actually had to go and remove a bunch of stuff
So
in the
did I.
valley.
Yep.
Just to see if I was missing any of the cracks that were appearing as part of the challenge. So, yeah, I'm uploading this video so that I can show it to you. But
So, funny thing you're mentioning about the eggs, I'm actually finding 4-leaf clovers.
I found one of those too
And I
recently
keep
behind
finding them.
Eric's house. Like he was holding back on one of those. I could tell he was trying to keep it for himself because, you know, whatever it was. But, yep, here it goes. I'm sorry, I'm like live trying to download these, but...
And folder, open, file type, MP4.
Is this the... Nope, that was the video. Nope, that's not what I was going to show.
The Price is Right is
that's-
filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Okay, so here's the image. Let me share this on screen. Is it this one? It sure is. Okay,
Ooh,
So-
yeah.
this you have to go into furniture mode to try to find these little purple cracks, right?
That's just like a
Which-
nothing.
It's a nothing. And it became even more challenging when they were tucked under, like imagine if it appeared under the tree over here.
Right.
And
Yeah.
as you're scanning, you can't see it. So I was technically scanning kind of like at a 45-degree angle so that I was
So,
kind of
yeah.
like scanning, you know what I mean?
Same.
I had to move some things. Here, I think this is the video.
I try to give
this is the
myself
video, I
more
think-
real estate. Yeah.
Right, so this is where I found it, and this is when I finally went up to uncover it, this was the final crack that I needed for the final piece.
Heyzen said, I forgot where it was.
I did forget where
I
it
mean,
was.
yeah.
I actually did forget, which is why I did it again. So this was the final piece that I needed, which actually spawned like a day before the event concluded.
Oh.
So I was able to finish this one finally.
Oh, so it's all in the same order.
Was that your last one too?
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
That's cool.
The other one that caused a lot of issues for me was the Aladdin one, because
Yes.
the color of the floor and the color of the little paw prints that were appearing were so similar. Like, you can't really scan that one. You really had to run around. So the way that I did that one, the one in the Lion King realm and the one in Toy Story were pretty easy because those realms are super small. You can quickly run through them.
Right.
But the Aladdin realm is so big and so confusing with how like the streets and the alleys are set up that it was such a pain in the tuchus to find all the little paw prints. So I was going into the realm, did in the first main area, or the 3 little areas that were surrounding it. I just left. I did whatever I could, and then I left, and then I came back and tried to let them spawn again.
I
So-
had trouble, and you know what someone on Reddit said? To Hansel and Gretel it. And I ended up doing that. I was like, that helps so much. I
You need a
left little
candy
things.
house?
Just
I
dropping
wish.
stuff as you were to
Yes.
figure out where you were. Oh my god, I should have thought about that.
And I was like, that was the only way I was able to get it done. Because I was going in circles too.
I should have done that. Like, there's so many free apples and bananas that I could have just used those to like create a trail. Or the monkeys would have eaten the bananas. I don't know. Who knows? All right. Yeah. Well, this was kind of an annoying one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, with all the challenges, having to move furniture and decorations around in order to find the remaining cracks was kind of a pain. The purple eggs were definitely a pain. But I think that's what happened. Like, the same thing that happened with the eggs for me is why I think you ended up getting the last cracks after the event had ended, because it still had that banked and ready for you to go.
Interesting.
You just hadn't found it yet. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it.
So, yeah, it's... Yeah, do better, Dreamlight Valley. This was hard.
Right.
And
This was
I like the
annoying.
challenge. Yeah, I like the challenge, especially considering that so much of the game is kind of monotonous. Like, there's a lot of repeated tasks and stuff like that. This one, part of the reason that it was harder for me is that I was trying to finish it on 2 accounts. You know, so that
Oh,
I got
gosh,
all this
yeah.
stuff on both of them. So this was my second account. The video that I just showed you is on my second account. And I finished it on that one before I even finished it on my first account. Because on my first account, since I was using it to record content for the YouTube channel, I'm way behind on that one. Like, I'm using my second account as kind of the fun one that I'm just kind of completing tasks and just kind of playing the game to just
Yeah.
relax with. But the first one, I just unlocked the Lion King realm not too long ago, and the only reason I unlocked the Alice stuff was because the current star path requires the new characters
Yeah.
as part of the tasks. So I thought, okay, I have to do some catch up on this one. Like, I just did Sally's compost on that account as well. I'm really behind on that other one.
I'm behind on certain characters.
You
Yeah.
know what? I got nothing over here.
Well, you know,
I just
one of these days.
I don't even remember the last person I welcomed, and it was somebody. Timon and Pumbaa, maybe.
Oh yeah, that's when
So,
I
wow.
opened the Lion King realm. Yeah,
Maybe.
that's
They were
about
my
how far
last
back
two.
I was on my first one. Yeah. I mean, well, now I have Aladdin and Jasmine, and I have, Alice and the Cheshire
I
Cat.
don't have Tiana. I don't have any of those
Oh, I just did the
Mulan,
slow
I
cooker
don't
one for
have-
Tiana. Have you done that one yet for Tiana?
Same.
Yeah,
Just barely got to it.
yeah. It's a lot of stuff. I mean, it's
Mhm.
you know, if I do get an opportunity to play a decent amount sometimes on the weekends, especially in the evenings or at night. But completing the task for 2 accounts, and then foolishly, I try to grind in the other games, like in the wrestling game. Man, the challenges in the 2K25 game, I realize why people complain so much about the 2K games now, because it's not just the wrestling one; it's the NBA 2K and all the entire library of 2K games. They've leaned so heavily on wanting you to pay to play that it makes it's not enjoyable sometimes, because they make some of the tasks so impossible for you to accomplish,
Right.
that you either have to spend hours and hours and hours grinding the game to get to the point where you can advance, or you could spend $50 and then you can advance within the hour.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of frustrating. So have to pick and choose. A couple days ago, I was so frustrated that I launched Hogwarts Legacy, and I just hopped on a broom and I was just flying all around the area just to it was nighttime and I was just flying around. I was listening to music, and it was fun. It was oddly freeing to not have to worry about anything else other than just flying around. It was kind of fantastic. I liked it.
Wait, so have you just barely unlocked Aladdin, right?
Oh, I just finished some of Aladdin's tasks, and I did get carpet.
Okay, I was like, wait.
So I have to admit that on the second account, I used the fairy wings basically as the character's main way of travel, like fast traveling. But on my first account, carpet is like my favorite way to do it, because I used to use either the cardboard wings, like the Buzz Lightyear cardboard wings that you can make, but then as soon as I got carpet, like the animation is so fun, and just kind of like shooting around on the little carpet and stuff, it's the coolest thing ever. It's my favorite way to run around the valley now.
Do you scoot around close to the ground, or are you like up above the ground pretty good?
Above.
You're above the ground. Like,
You're
you can
above,
see there's like a good amount of space between you and the ground. And then like when you stop doing the gliding animation, the carpet kind of like shoots out in front of you and shoots up into the sky.
Oh,
and as soon as you hit the gliding animation, it like swoops up from behind you and it like scoops you up, and then you're like flying around. It's so cool, man. I love it. It's one of my favorite things that they've added to the game so far. Let's see. Oh, can I show that lightsaber inflatable thing?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me load this. This was so fun. This was amazing. This creator Austin Bradley 3D posted this. Check this out. He built a wacky inflatable lightsaber. Wait a second. This is the only acceptable use for a croc.
It's a croc hat.
I'm just saying.
I
It's a
love
giant
it.
croc hat.
Did you see earlier in the video he has a life-size Pez of his head?
That is awesome.
No, I didn't see
Pez
that.
It was in
dispensers
the
at
background,
beginning of
yeah. We'll go back
that's
to it in a
funny.
moment,
But in this video, he explains like how he built this lightsaber that's a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
he did it from 3D printed parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I should be doing with my 3D printer. Building inflatable
Lightsaber guys.
lightsaber things. Yes.
Well, and he
I
explains
mean-
too that he wanted it to he didn't want to have to do any like post processing, so it's all he got special filament, so it's silver and black or whatever, and it's not painted or anything. He just clicked it together, and then put
Which is smart.
put the air
Yeah.
thing in, and he made the tube custom.
Oh, I don't know how to sew. I gotta learn how to sew.
It's not that
Fabric
hard.
glue.
Is
You
it?
can do fabric glue.
Oh, I guess I
Fabric
could do
glue.
Fabric glue. I love
I
it.
like how he's got an.
Did you see the Pez dispenser, Mel?
There's the
There's the Pez
Oh
dispenser.
my gosh.
That is huge. And here's his like crotch hat thing. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
You know what's
So
funny? This is the
creative.
second time I've seen this, and I swear I only saw Mr. Krabs.
Yeah,
I did not
it's
see the
robot
Pez.
Mr. Krabs.
I like it.
Huh?
It's
I went
robot-
back to
yeah.
his account and started looking at some of the. Oh, he left the files available. You could download them.
Oh, nice.
Maybe I will make one.
You just have to find
know
that
what?
air thingy.
The little fan.
little
that he's
fan.
got.
Little blower.
I
fan.
can find one.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Actually, you know what? Since we're sharing Instagram videos, I got a few more that we were talking about that we can share
Oh.
because Andrew,
Well, what I do?
remember when you were talking about the popular characters?
Oh, when we did our Disney Store game, the most
Uh-huh.
popular, most merchandised character after Mickey Mouse,
Uh-huh.
in my opinion, is Stitch, and then Jack
Yep.
Skellington.
Yep. So this was one of the videos that was recently on the Disneyland account and the Disney account over on Instagram, showing the new live action Stitch, or the live action with quotes Stitch.
The realistically
you know,
animated.
Yes, basically invading Disneyland. And
Right.
this is not the first video that I've seen of Stitch in the real world, you know, doing stuff like this
Sure.
as part of the marketing. You can tell that they love Stitch because they are marketing this movie so hard.
Yep.
You know, we've been talking about how when they don't really believe in a film, or they don't like it, or they don't think it's going to make money, they just kind of like, oh, we'll do a couple of teaser trailers and hope it does well, and hopefully it picks up steam on the internets. But, man,
Elio.
right? Like, how much have you heard from that film? And that's out in what, like 3 weeks or something like that?
In a month.
Yeah.
In a
And
month.
look at how much we're hearing about Lilo and Stitch. They're like, I hope that there's a trailer at Lilo and Stitch for
Right?
Elio.
Right.
But the difference is night and day when it comes to how much they are marketing this film, because they're even integrating it into the 70th anniversary celebration. We saw a couple episodes ago, or 1 or 2 episodes ago, how they integrated it into the marketing of the new Avengers, aka the Thunderbolts, right?
Yep.
So,
Let's see, how
man,
much has this movie made? It just
Is it out already?
opened- It opened. Wait.
I thought it was tomorrow.
I thought it opened at the end of this week. Yeah.
Well, what am I looking at? Oh, this is the original one. I think reviews have come out from people. Yeah, it hasn't come out yet. May 23rd. It opens Friday.
Okay, so it is coming out this week. It costs approximately $100 million to produce this
That's
film.
basically every movie now.
Yeah, that's the new
Average.
the
Or
average.
median.
Yeah.
It
Let's
currently has on Rotten Tomatoes from 79 reviews. So it's not certified fresh, but it's just a regular tomato.
It's also not, stinky poo. So
Yeah, 72 is
that's
pretty
good,
good.
I guess. Yeah. We'll see how much marketing we get for Toy Story 5, especially now that Conan O'Brien's attached to the project as Smarty Pants.
Yeah,
Did you
right.
see the yeah,
Conan
that's,
saying he was trying to be Woody,
and then Buzz.
and then Buzz.
He got rejected.
He's like, no, okay, I got
Let
the
me
best. I got the
Tim Allen's getting that one.
right. Uninspired.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, actually here. This one. Let's share this one. This was a teaser.
Uh-huh.
One of a couple that got posted on the Disney page as well.
Uh-huh.
We see a Formula One car doing donuts to reveal, dun dun dun, a Mickey head.
Mickey
Mickey
X
head.
F1.
X Fun.
What does this mean?
Well, I'm glad you
just-
asked.
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked, because then after that video got posted, they posted this one.
Okay, here we go. Mickey Mouse. There's a Mickey. There's a car signed by the characters.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
Mickey and Friends car.
Uh-huh.
And
In the colors of Mickey the Mouse,
Mickey the Mouse. Mostly yellow.
mostly. Uh-huh. And no reveal.
You didn't even
again.
get to see the whole thing.
We don't.
So
no,
there's
they
gonna
cut
be
it.
a car, just one car. Are they
So-
all gonna be Mickey cars?
I can't tell. I can't
would be
tell
cool.
yet. One of the comments on there says, "Remember when F1 was about racing?" That's funny.
I don't care about that.
So I don't know if this is their way of saying Disney is going to sponsor an F1 vehicle, and so Mickey the Mouse and Friends are going to be, on this vehicle as they race, or if there's going to be a video game and this is just kind of part of the marketing for it.
Like a Disney F1 video game?
Maybe. Or they're going to introduce Mickey and Friends into an existing F1 or the upcoming 2026 F1 video game. I don't know.
And also,
More
Mickey
than
Mouse
likely
can
they probably
drive
are
the
gonna race the
car.
car.
Like,
That would be... I mean, it's Speedstorm, basically. Right? It's basically Speedstorm, but with Formula One cars.
but like
instead of
realistic
made-up
car,
vehicles.
and then Mickey Mouse is in it.
Exactly.
But see, that would make sense. That would totally make sense. This is like,
So look at Mickey just
What?
chilling on top of the... Like,
I mean, missed
Yeah.
opportunity to have that F1 Cars car. Did they do that already? Remember Cars 2? There's
something
like a
Bernoulli, or what is his name?
Francesco
Francesco?
Bernoulli.
Yeah. I think that's his name.
It is. I'm on the Wikipedia page right now.
Nice.
of course.
Occupation,
Just-
Formula Racer.
I think it's pronounced Fuan Car.
Voiced
Fuan.
by John Turturro.
Boom. So I guess we'll get more information soon about what this coming 2026 is about, doing donuts. Who knows? Maybe we might get Formula One racing instead of test track at California Adventure or something.
I am speed.
Vroom!
See, this is like, now I get it when you guys want to talk about sports. I'm like,
Who guys?
cars. You
Me?
We don't
I
know
don't
about
talk.
F1.
No, that's when Melissa wants to talk about
No.
baseball. This is what.
Yeah, we don't
I get
know
it.
about F1.
And also, I don't care
know.
about Vroom Vroom F1.
We don't know about F1. Come on now.
Vroom.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
All
Okay,
right.
I'll tell you about F1. Vroom Vroom. They
Zoom,
they're really low.
zoom.
And crashes. I guess I don't know. I think like this.
Yeah. Oh, they
This is
always
a
do the thing
lightsaber.
at Long Beach. They always
Oh,
close
yeah.
the street in Long Beach, and they do a.
Oh, yeah, they
Formula
close
One.
that streets in Vegas.
It angers so many people every year
Mm-hmm.
because they're like the traffic is already horrible enough that
Yep.
they have to close up half of Long Beach, and
Yep.
people can barely get around. They can't even go to
Yep.
the Chipotle to get themselves a meal.
Sean
So
Tootle.
hard. Chipotle.
Sean Tootle.
Yep.
Doodle.
There's a video. It's just like this account that would just like mispronounce words, but they're like how to pronounce Chipotle, but they wouldn't say it. Just like that's what the video is titled, and it was a guy who just goes Sean Tootle, Sean Tootle, Sean Tootle. And they're very funny, especially if you're really tired. They're very funny.
Calliope.
Calliope.
All right. Well, I just realized how long we've gone without thanking a very special group of listeners. So
Abuna
let's take a
Grundle.
quick moment
We got
to
to.
do that before we keep going. So Yeah, we're taking this moment to thank the FGP Squad, our podcast, Fairy Godparents, because it's their support via Patreon that help make these episodes of Podketeers possible. For more information on how you can become part of the FGP Squad family, we invite you to go to podketeers.com/FGP. There you will find a list of some of our top contributors, a link to our Patreon, some information about what the FGP Squad is all about. But being a part of the FGP Squad family gets you some additional perks like access to exclusive discount codes for Podketeers gear, random giveaways, access to things like our happy hour calls when we get an opportunity to do those. You get a special section of Discord, and more. So again, more information can be found by going to podketeers.com/FGP. And of course, to all of the members of the FGP Squad, we just want to send a huge thank you for your continued support. Since we're talking about links, let's talk about podketeers.com/links, because on that page you'll find some of our most commonly asked for links, including our latest episode, the Quizneyland playlist, a link, of course, to our Discord, and a link to the FGP Squad. You'll also find any fundraisers that we're currently running with our official charity team, Teamboat Willie, which I mentioned earlier in the episode. Again, we're going to be running a fundraiser soon to get rid of cancer, because cancer sucks. So more information on that is coming up soon. You'll also find links to our YouTube channel and our pal Larry's YouTube channel, Goofy Guys Adventures. If you like park streams, make sure to check that out. He streams a few times a week. You'll also find a link to our Armchair Imagineering playlist. So podketeers.com/links is where you want to go. You want to bookmark it, make a little icon on your home screen of your phone so you have easy access to it. Do all the good things with the clickety clicks and the tappity taps and the goobly glooks or whatever you got to do. And yeah, we'll get back to the podcast now. I don't know what a gloopity gloop looks like when you're tapping on your phone. Do you know what a gloop? I don't even know where that came from.
Gloopity gloop.
Yeah.
That's on.
What does that look like on
well,
the
so
phone
if you
screen?
go to Woompcast,
Okay.
Woompcast, gloopity gloops are the way to subscribe to podcasts. Woompcast,
there it is.
Gloopity gloops.
There it is. Yeah. All right. Good times. All right. Before we hear about FanFest, Mel, I just want to quickly talk about the keys that they're doing. We talked about them recently. We had a couple of people, FGP Squad members, send us the video of the keys. FGP Squad and our friend Anita sent the video over when Disney, one that Disney had posted on Instagram. Brian sent it as well. The big thing about the keys this week is that everybody's like freaking out because they're like, you can hack the keys now, you know. And you brought up a good point, Andrew. Do you want to mention what you speculate it's actually for?
Well, yeah. So I had watched this video. Like I saw the video that I got my information from before any of these other videos, and the guy was basically like, yeah, there's a button on the bottom of the key. So, like, if you are, like, on vacation and you buy this key and you don't get to do all of the stuff, you can still press the button and make it open and get the pin out of it.
Yeah.
Because wouldn't that suck if, like, that was the only way to do it?
Well, when you think about it, so yeah, I do believe that was the purpose, right?
Sure.
Like if you can't finish it on a single day. But listen, what better way to allow the scalpers that sell on eBay to still get you a pin after selling you a key and shipping it halfway across the US when you can't be in the parks to scan it even once, right? This was brought up on Discord. I think Heather had posted that they had found a way to hack it, and literally there are people, like, I've seen other videos where people are like freaking out about this as like, oh my god, like they figured out how to this and that. And we were having a conversation. It's kind of like oh yeah, that makes sense. Like somebody found out how to do it, and then you brought up this thing, and it kind of makes sense why you would want to do it, right? And I don't know. If is this the first toy that has this ability where it's actually hidden inside of the object? Because every time I remember that they've done something like this, you have to talk to a cast member. Like, you have to, like, at the end, like, you do something
You
and
do
it's
the
like,
Easter egg hunt, and then you get the
exactly,
thing at
and
the
then
end.
you choose
Yeah.
it, and then they hand something to you, right?
Right.
Is this the first time where it's actually embedded within the object that you're using that you can recall?
I mean, that I can think of. Yes, there may have been test cases of stuff like this in the past, but nothing comes to mind immediately.
Because I mentioned over on Discord that I wouldn't put it past, like, somebody within the Disney company, whether a cast member from the park or somebody, you know, that knew about the product, accidentally leaked it in a Reddit forum or something on how to do it, because they anticipated, because if you've seen the lines are long for people to get up to the thing and, you know, turn the key and get their little bubbles and stuff
Right.
like that.
I'm curious if
So-
it's just like on the packaging,
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
because like comes like on a placard, like on a backer.
Oh, you're right.
Like if you read all the like little details. I don't know. I haven't read it, but I'm curious to see.
Well, because my speculation was, I wonder if somebody had actually posted how to do it to avoid having people crowd the areas with longer lines, because not everybody wants to do it, right? There are people that just want the pin at the end, and I know some people are selling the key because all they wanted was the pin.
Right. That's what people are doing. They're crazy pin collectors. Sorry, crazy pin collectors out there. You know you're crazy if you're collecting pins like that. Like if you're buying 9, 10 keys, whatever, that are $60 a piece to collect pins, you're a little obsessed, I will say.
Can I share something about those pins?
Huh.
The pins, if you haven't seen them, they are the Disneyland D pins,
Uh-huh.
and they have like a little symbol, right, of the attraction.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of funny to see them again because they were around. They were the rage like 10 years ago. Some of us used to sell some of things like that. So it's kind of funny to see that come back. And it's like,
Like, are you saying like they sold official pins that were these exactly? Or are you saying other people
No,
were making
Disney
their own?
never did.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was a lot of small shops that were making some pretty unique ones, which look very similar to these. So it's like,
Sure.
it's cute. It should have been around forever, I think. But yeah, 10 years ago.
Well,
Wait, is it a single pin, or
one
is
pin
it
per.
It's a pin.
but is it the same all the time? Because I'm seeing sets of 9.
Yeah, so you have to
They're
buy
different ones.
9 keys.
Oh, so it's random what you receive.
Correct.
It's kind of
Yes.
like the surprise.
And
so
they
it's a
have-
blind box key thing.
Yes, and they have.
Got it.
So they have tables set up with cast members that just have all the other ones. And if you get a duplicate, you can take it over and be like, I got Mickey's house and I want Space Mountain. And you
Got
trade it.
There's
And
one
so
on
you can-
eBay for all 9 pins on sale right now for $12.50.
$1,200.
$12?
$1,250.
$1,200, yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. But if you get it
No.
with Klarna, it's $80.95 per month. So.
Ew.
The-
No.
for 24 months.
Yes. Well, these are kind of cool though, because
That's a crime.
I hadn't seen all of them. Here, I'll actually bring them up on screen, because I thought it was a single pin. The only one I had seen was the one with the castle. I thought
Oh,
it was
sure.
the same one all like for everyone.
Right, it's like
Um,
Honey Pot, Space Mountain. You're going to bring
Here we
them
go.
up.
So it's Mickey's house, it's a Honey Pot, it's the Mark Twain, Space Mountain, the Millennium Falcon, then there's one of the boats from the
Cruise.
Jungle Cruise, the castle, one of the gargoyles from the stretching room, and then Walt and Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea that it was like a blind box situation. I honestly thought all of them were the Castle D.
Sure.
And that's it. Like, that's what everybody got. No wonder people... I've seen photos that people were posting of, like, people leaving Disneyland.
Yeah.
Like, I think... who commented on this? Somebody left a comment over on Discord as well. I think it was Miguel who posted that, like, people were leaving with, like, a dozen of these at a time. Like, I think you said earlier, it's like $600, man.
Right.
Yep.
And then at the end, it's insane. This is craziness.
You know what? Disney knew what they were doing. They
yeah.
they created this on purpose. They knew people were
100%.
gonna buy all these for these stinking pins.
Yep.
FOMO.
They knew what they're doing.
That's it.
I'm not
Do
buying
they have
this
this on Shop
big
Disney?
The big plastic key? I don't imagine
Yeah.
they do, but you never know. I haven't checked.
That
You
would
know
be
what's-
hilarious.
You know what I did?
Pre-buy the big plastic key before you go to Disneyland.
Well, yeah, that would be a good thing because they ran out. Last week, when people were trying to buy it, they had sold out because people were walking out with
You know what's
a
funny
dozen or more of
is
these
like
keys.
the 70th. What hasn't even started technically, or did start
It hasn't.
Monday?
I think next week is when it officially kicks off in the parks.
Yep.
Let's see.
I mean, a lot of the decorations are up, obviously, because
Well,
they
and
have
like
to
I mean,
be
the
up, but-
parade.
Yeah, I mean,
um,
Paint the Night already came back. My wife and
No, it started May
and the
16th.
boys-
May
Oh,
16th.
it already
kidding.
officially. Okay, so
Yes,
last
okay.
week.
I was like, yeah, it
So this
started
is the
last
first full week,
Friday.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
so it started
Oof.
of recording. It's been 6 days.
Yeah. Man, I hate to say it, but I want these damn pins.
1,250.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe those $80 with Klarna over the
Well,
course of-
you just
yeah.
just wait for all the keys to go into the company D store, and then
So that's what I was gonna say right now. That I don't know. I've seen people use a pin to pop the key open to get the pin out. What if people start doing that in the shops while the cast members aren't looking, and they start taking the pins from the keys?
I wonder
Like,
if
does it trigger like a light show or something? To
It
show
does.
that
It goes
you
like
did
beep,
it?
beep, 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 and it plays
Oh, okay.
Phantasmic. Dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and-
Right. Because that's what happened when they showed the demo of when you turn the key in the Disney video, but it does it also with the pin. Right?
Yes. Yeah, well, that's
Okay,
when you finish
got
it
it.
completely. I'm trying to
Gotcha,
find the
okay.
packaging, because I think it's on the bottom, but it could be like on the back where it's like up against.
Well, either
Um,
way, people couldn't get away with it because if it's gonna put on a whole show, like people would know that you triggered it and that you took the pin out or something.
Looking at the
So-
packaging too, and the part where the pin is inside the box.
Okay.
There's like
So
a
it's
cardboard
not- it's
pin
not
is.
easy to do it, yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
here's
they knew that was a potential. Oh man,
exactly.
I might actually get one of these keys. I hate to say it, but aside from the fact that I would like to collect the pins, I don't hate the key. I know
Key
a lot
is
of
cute.
people. It kind of is cute, right? Like you literally have, like, remember when the Disney store was open, you could line up to go get an actual key from the Disney store and they became
Yep.
these cool collectibles. This is
Yep.
just kind of a new version of that. By
That's
the way,
huge.
why didn't they use Sora's Keyblade as a key? What the heck, man?
Because nobody cares about
That's a
Kingdom
lost
Hearts.
opportunity. They could have used a Keyblade.
Oh,
Uh,
probably
Alright,
would
now
have
I'm
to play
angry.
royalties.
Less
to
design,
Square
less
Enix.
Now-
money to spend.
Now I'm angry. I'm just gonna put it out there. Now I'm a little angry that they didn't use the Keyblade. But yeah, I mean, I remember I have the paintbrushes from the 60th. I have the wand from the 60th. You know, having the key from the 70th would be kind of a cool,
Mhm.
collectible as well. There's a part of me that if I got the key, I may want to attempt to 3D print my own version of one of the key inserts to just like put
Those
it
are
on
called a
display. So
lock.
I know. Listen, I don't know. I'm still learning the words. I thought we established that. and just like put it on display so that I can like have the key on display along with it.
Yeah.
But I would need like a clean picture of one of them from the front.
Right.
So that I could at least.
And then
model
bubbles
it out.
shoot out and a light show.
We
you
could-
seen that
we
when
could do
you
all sorts of
unlock it?
stuff.
Bubbles shoot out. I'm like, that's a
Is
lot
that
of
from
bubbles.
all of them? or
Every
is that
time
just,
somebody puts a key in, the bubbles shoot out.
Okay.
They're going through
That's
a lot
funny.
of bubbles
Yeah.
at all these things. There's probably like 50 gallons of bubble juice in each one of those things.
Bubble juice.
Bubble fluid.
I love it. Man, I'm gonna end up getting one of these. I already know it.
Dun, 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 dun,
I hate myself for it.
dun, dun, dun,
but I
dun.
kind of love it. I like the key. All right, Melissa. Let's talk FanFest.
Yeah.
Fantastical fest.
You told us a lot about it. We knew that you were going. Did you ever figure out if you were there the same day that Heather went?
Yep.
Were you there on the same day?
Yep.
Did you just like
That's
spoil like a
funny.
big story you were going to tell?
No.
Oh,
I actually
okay.
found this out way later.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get to see her, but she had. I only learned because she had seen one of my reels that I had posted, and I mentioned how like stupid hot it was. She understood, and yeah, I was like, man, I'm kind of bummed we never crossed paths, but it was cool to learn that she was there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before you jump into some of the stuff that you saw, why don't you tell everybody what FanFest is for those that aren't familiar with it?
Will do. So FanFest is basically a celebration of fandom. So they had a couple of fandoms there represented and experiences for them. I think I had the name for them because let's see.
This is at Universal Studios, right, Melissa?
Yeah, this is at
Hollywood.
Universal Studios. It's this is actually the first one, and they didn't have it anywhere else. So to know that they were having it there first year, it was pretty cool. Like we wanted to see it. So they had Star Trek, and they had, excuse me, Back to the Future. One Piece. I'm not too familiar with it, but it's a
Anime.
it's an anime. I just was like, I don't know, but I know it was there.
They're doing an anime,
Dungeons
and Dragons?
a live action for
Oh.
Netflix, by the way, for One Piece.
Jujitsu?
Jujutsu Kaisen, I believe. It's another
Anime thing.
anime. But what the coolest thing about them, because I never heard of it, what they did is they got a film or their show from Japan, and it was brought over just to like for anyone who wanted to check it out. So that was part of the
Was
thing.
that like the really excited kid that I seen like running around, go like, "Wah, yeah, they're jumping around"? Or is that the One Piece
No,
guy?
that was from One Piece, I
Oh,
believe.
okay.
Yeah.
I saw a couple videos.
They had that, and then they had, of course, Super Mario Brothers. But you know, you had the world there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know I'm missing a few.
You're missing the big one you want to talk about. Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you.
I think that's it.
Here he is. Okay, I found the list. Yay! Jujutsu Kaisen. That's what it is. If I mispronounce it, I am sorry. I really am. They also have like Wicked meet and greets.
But they didn't have
Which I
like
was
a
like-
full blown like
Nah.
Wicked thing. It was just like a meet and greet.
Nah.
Okay.
And then they did include Harry Potter, but that was in the end. I'll explain to you about that one. I have a complaint. I'll get to that later. But we got there. So for FanFest, they had different tickets. You could get like general admission, 2-day pass. There was tickets for after 2 p.m. General admission. So basically, you were able to go in at 2 o'clock, stay there, and wait for the event to happen. there was early access, and that was like for people for 5 o'clock. And then you had the actual event, which was at 7.
And it went pretty late, right?
7 to 2.
2.
But we got tickets for after 2 because we were like, nah, we don't want to be there. We don't want to be there late. We wanted to be there before 5 because that was the sweet spot for us. And everybody else was like, they had to come in after. We get there, and the heat just like smacks you across the face. You kind of forget while you're in the car that it's really, really hot, and then you forget, oh yeah, heat wave.
You're going to be on a cement theme park. That's the
Yep.
one big problem with Universal is like it's all
And it's very
no
close to the sky,
trees.
so yeah.
Yeah, you're on a hill.
It's very, yes. So we get there, and it was like pretty cool, and we're like, okay, it's hot. It's going to probably go down. Let's just see. Like, we're only there for, I want to say we were only there for 30 minutes. You know, as we get in there, we get in line for the Star Trek experience, Red Alert. And we were like, you know what? If we see this and then Back to the Future, everything else is icing
Right.
on the cake. Because we're trying to make peace with what's happening.
So did you have early access? Because you said it started at 7, but you got in line.
We got the tickets that you can get in at 2 o'clock or after 2.
But that's the Fan Fest part, not just Universal Studios.
No, that's Universal.
Oh, okay.
So
you were
what they
able-
did is they gave you the wristbands.
Okay.
So you were able to enjoy Universal from 2 to 5 or 2 to 7, or
Right.
what was there already experiences that were part of FanFest available at 2 o'clock that you could
No.
do? Okay, so
Oh,
that
okay.
strictly started at 7. Like you had to wait until
Right.
So the Star Trek
Got
thing
it,
didn't start
okay.
till later.
Until 5 something, 5:30.
Oh,
Okay.
But we wanted that so that it was a buffer, so that we did not want to wait in line.
Right.
Like, we wanted to be as smooth as possible. And when was the last time we've both been at a theme park?
Right.
Forever.
Did you get Lightning
So-
Lane?
They don't,
You mean Express Pass?
Lightning Lane.
I'll get there. Not lightning lane, but we'll get there.
Melissa's got stories.
I do.
He's Heyzen.
So it's like 97 degrees. We get in line, not even 5 minutes, and I could feel sweat already happening. And we both look at each other and we're just like, right now, my head is like, critical moment. We're either going to just do this attraction and eat up our loss, or we're going to go and we're going to invest and we're going to go take a VIP tour. It was that hot that we were just like, we're not going to be able to survive it. We're
Right. Well,
We
you
tried
went, like,
and
at
stuff,
the
and-
peak of the heat wave. Like the
Yes.
day you went was like the worst day of the heat wave.
Yep, and you couldn't do anything with your tickets. You had to come in, rain or shine. So, yeah. And then, so we get in line and we're like, okay, the line, as soon as it starts going, cool. It wasn't that long of a wait, but it was enough for us to talk about what we wanted to do right after. And we're like, okay, game plan. It's hot. It's horrible. We need something. We need something. Like, there was no way we were going to survive. And it's not that we just didn't want the heat. It's basically medical reasons.
Sure.
Like, we were not going to be able to survive it. So we went in afterwards, did the attraction. So much fun. And let me just talk about the attraction real quickly. So basically what they're using like their sets for like Halloween mazes and whatnot. And so we were using the old Walking Dead maze.
Oh,
and
that
we're
one
just
right
using
in
the different
front
rooms.
of the park.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you got to go in and you lined up, and then you had your it just seemed like it was Space Mountain because you had your screen with what's happening and how just the little touches. You're like, oh, I remember being like in line listening to all that in the intro, and you get in and there's 3 separate like scenes.
Okay.
But the best part was the final scene per se. So it's the main bridge, and you are seeing the actual set from Picard season 3. And when we were told about this afterwards, because we didn't know about it the first time, it wasn't until like I'll get back to that. But that set was like, it was pretty awesome to see it in person.
Wow. Yeah.
And I say that because I was, it's funny. You wouldn't have heard me talk about all this stuff, how excited it is and stuff. So no, I give Jerry all that credit. And it was cool to like actually enjoy it and be a part of like a little community, because everybody was so chill and nice no matter how hot it was. It was really neat. So
it's like immersive theater sort of thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Exactly. Get off, and we're like, you know what?
Oh,
Let's
wait.
go.
So you said it was like immersive theater. So was there characters there acting? Because I remember seeing like a Back to the Future one where somebody was dressed as George, and I think I mentioned this to you, where he was like writing a note. He's like, I want you to go to that girl and give it to her, like to one of the people, like one of the guests that was there. So for the Star Trek one, were there actual like or people dressed as crew members walking around interacting?
Yeah.
It's like a little play. Like it's like 3 rooms of a little play, right? Like you and you stand around like the outer, right? The Star Trek one, like you stand around the outside, and it's like in the middle.
I thought it was just
that's
a
pretty much it.
walkthrough exhibit.
It's a walkthrough, yeah.
But you walk and you stand, and then something happens, and then you walk to the next room, and then
they
like,
walk you through it. They tell you what's happening.
Okay,
move! We gotta go on to the da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, yeah.
And it was really cool. Like each set was literally what you would have seen in the shows. So it was so familiar, and you were just being a part of it.
Was the Star Trek ones were they like playing like Picard and people, or was it like just random like Trek people? Did they have people like portraying?
You have people portraying like species.
Okay, but not specific.
So
like
Professor
the
X wasn't there.
Like the Back to the Future one was like, these are the specific characters.
Actually, yes.
But the Star Trek one was just kind of like general vibe of Star Trek.
As if they were to be there if they were
Gotcha.
one of the crew members.
Right. Okay.
Gotcha. So Professor X nowhere to be found.
No Professor X. No. I don't know who else is in Star Trek. People. No. Dolores Van Cartier.
No Reading Rainbow.
No Reading Rainbow. Even though he was there like before when it just started.
No writer of the Avengers.
No Geordi. No.
No. Nope.
Anyway.
So we ended up taking. It was the Heat one.
Right.
So we ended up taking a VIP tour, which I've never done ever. Mm-hmm. And we just saw each other. We're like, you know what? This was a date night. Let's treat ourselves. Let's do this. We're not going to do this again in a while, so why not? You know. And when we started the tour, it was really cool because you got to learn a little bit more about the parks and whatnot. Or is that the parks? The park. It's just one.
Singular.
Singular. I know.
Don't worry. Once they get rid of Waterworld.
Hey, Heyzen, I'm telling you, Waterworld's not going anywhere. They're going to demolish sound stages before they get rid of Waterworld.
We'll see when they dump The Simpsons and they bring Dark Universe into that area.
Right.
So I'm trying to...
You don't have to say the price, but was the price like a manageable price? Like you didn't feel like Like, did you forget your money's worth out of the price?
Did you have to
Absolutely.
get 8 friends to go with you?
It wasn't that kind of price where it's like, okay, we have to freaking, like, all right, we're going to the blood bank to
have
sell
to
our
go
blood.
check.
I am so happy
Sell a
you're
pint of
asking me
blood.
this.
Sure.
I'm so happy because if you want to compare value and whatnot, Costco just released a 3-day park hopper tickets.
Oh, for Disneyland
And-
for the 70th?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's
It's like $400
$449 for just the
Yeah.
tickets alone. You're
Right.
not including food. You're not including
Well,
free
you
water.
get
You're not
you
including
get
all
a
of that.
$30 meal voucher or some gift card or something.
Yeah, that's one burger.
Right, exactly.
So what we got was like, honestly, Club 33 food buffet. You just went, you had an hour to eat before the actual tour happened. It was like 4 hours.
Wow.
When you had to take the tram, when we had to go down to the second lot, the bottom
The
lot,
lower lot, yeah.
we didn't take the tram. We had a shuttle with leather seats.
Like the air-conditioned, fully enclosed, like...
Not fully enclosed, but
okay,
it
like
was
a,
nice.
Like a single one versus a big, long train of them.
Basically,
Correct, because
one
there's
giant
only
golf
so
cart,
many.
basically. Like a
Yeah.
lavish golf cart.
No.
Larger.
It's
Yeah,
like
larger.
a single tram. Like those old school
Like a
trams that
trolley.
they used to have
Okay.
with the little red roofs and stuff.
Yeah. So it already felt like, one, we're being taken care of, when we have water at every stop, every location. I mean, that was pretty much worth it for
Were you
surviving
in
the
a-
heat that day.
Were you in a group of people, or was it just the two of you?
No, we were in a group of
Okay.
maybe 20, 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the like those ones you can take at Disneyland that are a little cheaper, the like walk and waltz footsteps one, where it's just like whoever, they're a couple $100 or whatever, and it's gotcha. Okay.
So when we get down to Hill Valley, this part was worth every penny. This one and the Dungeons and Dragons, but this one was awesome because they take you there, and it's from what I hear, it's just as if a film is just playing, and then it replays again, and you're just being a part of it.
It's on a loop. It's just
Yes. So when we arrived, it was already ending, so we got to see the beginning.
oh, great.
And we waited towards like the front or the beginning of the set because we wanted to see Marty come out. And it was pretty cool to see him like from the corner, like kind of pop out and see where he's going. Like he's confused, and then he walks up. I mean, just seeing that, and then seeing the carnival, and then you have like these little like photo ops with the DeLorean, which we can't say DeLorean over there because, as we learned, it's just a time machine, because the company that owns the DeLorean wants to make their cars and call them DeLoreans, but stay away from the movie.
Well, I mean,
Make it
it's-
make sense.
I think what it is they want Universal to pay a copyright for using it as marketing stuff, because they just used a
Yep.
DeLorean in the movie.
Right.
And I think it's only mentioned once, I think, in the first movie. They said, Doc, he built a time machine out of a DeLorean. And then that's I think the only time it's ever mentioned by name in any
Yeah.
of the films.
Yeah.
So, you have all of that going on surrounding you. You have the music. It's really charming. And everyone's also instructed to head onto under the oh my gosh.
Enchantment Under the Sea dance.
Yes, thank you.
I'm a big Back to the Future fan, so I can help.
I appreciate it. My brain is like trying to remember everything, and it's like I couldn't. That's happening, and I was able to just at one point just squeeze into the front and get just pure view of what was happening, and to see everything be played out between Lorraine, George, and then you got the principal or the you got the band, you got the dancers, like just to see
Well, I mean, the
all of that
principal's there,
happen.
right? Principal Strickland's there, right? The bald
Yes,
guy?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. He called everyone slackers and
you
all
got
that
a chance
stuff.
to watch Calvin play?
Yeah,
Calvin Klein.
Yeah, yeah.
Klein.
I was able to see that and how he was kind of disappearing and then he popped up when all went well between the two. And oh my gosh, the Biff could burp really good. Because, oh my gosh, I don't know if you could hear it in the video I sent you guys, but the principal's talking and then behind us you just hear like the loudest belch and you're like, wow, like I thought, I was like, wow, someone really had some good soda or something. No, he was just right there with his goony friends and they were just like heckling the principal. It was really, really cool to see all the exchanges. And at the end, of course, they told us, you know, everything's canceled. We got to move because there's a weather storm that was going to affect everything. And that meant for us to go in front of the clock tower. And we got to watch the ending when Doc saves the day.
Aww.
And then after that, and the lights turn off and then turn back on, Doc comes out on the steps.
But they like project that, right?
Yeah.
Like that's all the they don't actually have a guy up there being Doc on the thing.
No,
And then they shoot
no.
fireworks off, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's
That
really
was an
the
actual
only
person up
time
there.
Doc shows up is right at the end.
That's
Like
it.
he's not I saw this as like a criticism based I mean, in the part of the movie that's playing out, Doc is away anyway.
Exactly.
And so it makes sense, but it's like you have this whole thing and Doc's here for like 1 minute and then it resets.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. That is pretty much it.
And he runs down the street and goes, yeah!
Yep. And they also had that they had that photo op where they had the two streaks of fire with the license plate.
Oh, spinning.
That's cool.
Yeah. It was so cool. Super, super cool. And okay, so I gotta go to the Dungeons and Dragons.
Wait, wasn't the
because-
photo op they had the dog there, right? They had Einstein.
Yeah.
Okay, I just like to
And
bring
that
up.
photo op was stupid long.
I could imagine because
It was very, 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 very long.
'Cause
It's
it
like,
was
no,
it was the car and Einstein, right? Einstein was in the car.
yeah, but if you like took a selfie and
Right.
timed it well,
Right.
it's all good.
Perfect. But
Yeah,
Dungeons and
exactly,
Dragons.
exactly. Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, I know I'm bypassing a lot of stuff, but this, okay. So we were kind of told that there was a special piece in this presentation. So I'm level scratch level of for anything that's Dungeons and Dragons. I just love like the fantasy and the cosplay and all this stuff that goes into it. It's fun. So they tell us that this special piece was specifically made for this event.
Okay.
It's not anywhere else. Or just to learn that this piece was from the Jim Henson Company blew my mind, and I couldn't wait to see it. We didn't know what it was. We just knew it was somewhere. And so again, maze style. So we go from room to room, and we're learning about what's happening, and we see like we end up being under a tent. And at one point, the dragons like come out, and there's a lady that just pretty much calls them out. I guess she's like I don't know what she would be, but she had a
dragon
really cool
whisperer.
costume.
Daenerys.
Maybe. Yes.
Is that her name? I'm not a. What is
I don't
it?
know. People screaming at us.
The Dragon Whisperer.
No.
Yeah, we'll just say that.
What was her name? Daenerys Targaryen.
I
Oh,
believe
you're
so.
you're talking about Game of Thrones. So this is Dungeons and
Yes.
Dragons, Heyzen.
Correct.
You're talking about the.
But she said she summoned the dragon. Wasn't
She did.
Daenerys like known as like the
Mother of
dragon queen,
dragons?
the mother of dragon? Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't watch that show. Who cares?
I didn't either.
but I thought that was like her nickname. I thought she was like the dragon whisperer.
That's what I said. The Dragon Whisperer.
I know. I
Caesar
took it from
Romero. Or whatever that guy's. Not Caesar. Is that his name?
He's the
That's a
dog
Joker.
Sure.
Oh, Caesar Milan. Caesar. What's that
Also
guy's name?
You're right. It is the Joker.
What's that guy? His name's Caesar something,
Caesar
right?
Milan. Yes.
Caesar Milan.
Caesar Romero is
Seasoned
the
mint
Joker.
Milano cookies.
Wham! Pow!
Right?
Funny enough, the courthouse in that area
Was he
in
some
the
Batman?
Universal lot is the courthouse from that Batman series. So
Stop.
Oh no!
I mean,
wait,
it's in
that's
a-
at the that's at the Warner Brother lot.
But there's
I
that
was wrong.
courthourse is used
Totally
a million things.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm mixing it up with the Warner Brother lot tour. Sorry.
But anyways, there's Lady.
Right. So
Yeah, there's a
Daenerys.
dragon lady.
Yes.
There's another person. I don't know. I'm sorry. Like I said, rogue, fighter, healer, things.
I'm Mr. T, and I'm a
They're
not
they're
elf
one
mohawk.
of one of everything. So after the burning tent, we go into another room, and that's when we're learning about the lady. And then after all of that happens, she summons this one giant creature of I don't know what, but he's so cool. It's so cool. I don't know if it's Hishi. Wait, I don't know, but it's so cool.
Does she
It's
summon Vecna?
I forgot what the name is.
Isn't it
but
like
it's in the video.
Gordon or Grebleeps? No, let's see.
No.
I don't know.
Senator
The
Grebleeps? Isn't it?
All I guess I would say like
It looks like the thing from Doctor Strange.
yeah.
What is the thing called in Stranger Things?
So for Disney fans, this thing is as white as Ursula.
Demogorgon.
Not that.
Hey, there you go.
That's what it is in Stranger Things. Because wasn't the Demogorgon part of their
Xanthar.
The flower thingy.
yeah,
plant?
but isn't that because of a campaign that they're playing, like a Dungeons and Dragons campaign?
It is called
don't know.
Xanathar. I'm telling you, I looked this up right now.
The
Thank
one that
you.
Mel saw.
And
That was
yes,
the name of
it's
the
got
one
like-
that you saw, Mel. That they
It's
saw.
like Mike Wazowski with like
Celia's hair
like Celia's hair, yeah.
and Thanos'
His sharp skin.
gems.
Yeah.
his chins.
His gems.
Oh, gems.
The stone.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Alright.
one giant eyeball, which is so cool. Yeah, so this whole thing was a puppet. It wasn't an animatronic.
Interesting.
And to see it like come alive was like it was really, really, really cool.
That was the picture you last sent us, right? That you said this wasn't an animatronic? All right.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep, yep.
Oh, so that's how Henson was involved.
Yeah,
Got
Jim
it.
Henson
Yeah.
Creature Shop. They posted a thing on their socials about building it, I think. A behind the scenes sort of thing.
That's did they tell you how many people, or did you see how many people were
I think it's one.
No.
maneuvering it?
I think it's literally
Just
one.
one?
No.
I think it's one.
That thing looks massive.
That's a
they're not
huge-
holding
it's
it up
huge.
by themselves. It's on like a thing. I don't know. We'll look it up. Maybe I'm wrong.
I would think it would be at least 3.
I mean, it looks pretty massive.
It
Well,
is.
Keep talking and I'll find out. Maybe.
I honestly thought it was more than one because it actually moves out a little bit and then it recedes a little bit in. And then the eye, so I'm sure that's 2 people there.
Does it have a lip piercing?
Oh yeah.
Noticed it. It's got a lip piercing.
The design for it was really, really, really cool. And thankfully none of the kids were scared, which is awesome.
Oh my god. Let me see if I can just quickly save this to share it.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing looks pretty damn cool.
It does. And then to know that where it came from and the history, I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah. Alright, let's see.
See, we need more Muppets in the world.
Just puppets in general.
Yeah. I mean,
Ask the
presentation
question.
wise was fine. It did the job. It added to the story. It was awesome. So the
Alright,
cool thing
so-
about all of this is that it actually became a really big success that Universal has already announced that they're going to it's coming back next spring.
That's cool. What was
Yeah.
this thing called again?
Fanfest
The
Nights.
Xanathar?
Xanat.
No, this is the picture that Mel sent us of the puppet.
Yeah.
Xanathar.
So this was Xanathar?
Xanathar. However you would pronounce that.
That sounds
That sounds
about
right.
right.
Also known as the Kirukeskai, or the Eye.
Yeah. With a
Wait,
lot
so,
of pretty lights.
so Mel, you've actually run D&D campaigns before? Have
Nope.
you been a dungeon master? So you played?
Nope.
So you just like the culture and you just like the aesthetic and like the characters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I've always wanted to play D&D. Like, I don't know anybody that's ever written a campaign or has been like a dungeon master and is willing to like.
I
show
know
me
there's
to
a
play.
lot that goes behind it, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't know where to start.
I've always wanted to like play a campaign in Dungeons and Dragons. I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
That's cool. It does look like Mike Wazowski and Celia had a baby.
I'm not finding everything here, but I'm sure I'm looking at this behind the scenes thing, and it sure looks like it might be one person controlling this. I will find out more.
All right.
That's going to be mind blowing to
Because
learn.
I think it's on like the whole thing is like supported on like
Gotcha.
a pole. And so like, and like the eye is probably on a remote and stuff. You know how they do those, like, have you seen the videos of when they do the electronic Muppet thing? And so like, it's like this weird hand controller thing. My guess is like they're manually controlling the mouth, and then all the other ones are like the eye and the eyelid is controlled by like a remote or something. But I don't know.
Yeah, that
Hey,
would make sense.
anybody from the Jim Henson Creature Shop, if you want to come talk to us about
The
Xanathar,
Gorgonzola.
the Gorgonzola, the
Or
Demogorgon.
what's it called? The Eye. We'll just call it the Eye.
Mike
Xanthem gum.
Mike Wazowski's evil brother.
yeah.
The evil spawn of Mike and Celia.
This is Sean Wazowski.
That's true.
Sean Wazowski.
Sean Tootle.
That's funny. So, what was the Harry Potter thing that you said was not, like, you had a complaint about?
Oh, okay. So, out of all the walking and whatnot, the last thing on the tour was Harry Potter, and it was at night. So we were supposed to see the light show. Light show's fun. Light show's pretty cool. I don't understand why there's cobblestones on the floor that hurt your feet after walking so much. It's the moment I started walking, and I was like, I'm like, hey, I looked at my husband. I'm like, my feet hurt. I have walking shoes. I have really good walking shoes. Why are my feet hurt? I walk a lot. Why do my feet hurt? I was like,
Authenticity.
I did not like it. I was like, I don't even know if I would want to go back because I had so much fun everywhere else. You could have left me in Super Mario World. I was fine.
Yeah.
It's small, but I was fine.
Walking
but
around Hogwarts or, like, that area is a little difficult because of
It's
the street.
dumb.
Diagonally.
Cobblestone. Well, that's just one portion of it, but Hogsmeade is basically, I
Or
think, the
Hogsmeade,
entire
right,
area
yeah.
that they're, Tell Gruffy
Yeah.
he's not, like, I'm mad at him right now. Tell him to
I
put
don't.
his hand
He
down.
won't like. He
He's
keeps
like-
bothering
trying to
me.
fondle
He heard
me
that there
now.
was. He heard there was like
No.
like
he reminds
puppet
me of my
talk
cat
He
going
when he
is
on.
needs
trying to get
attention.
fresh with you.
and He heard that there's puppet talk going on right now.
He's trying to get fresh with you, and I don't appreciate it.
I don't. Would you knock it off?
He's like, I need attention. I need to talk.
That's a no from me, dog.
I don't. I don't know what he's doing. Knock it off.
He's trying to get fresh with you. That's what's happening.
He's admiring your beard.
He's sure there was puppet talk. Do you have anything to say about puppets, or are you just being ridiculous right now? I don't know.
Man,
he's a
the
little shy.
He never
because he's
delivered the
criticizing
script,
you.
so we're angry at him.
What's with the script? What do you want to say? Okay, you want to talk? Okay. Everybody, McGruff the crime dog, I guess, is here to say a few words. Take it away.
Hey everybody. I just wanted to come here and apologize to y'all. Here's the mic right here. I should talk over here, right? This is a podcast. I'm supposed to talk into the microphone.
Perfect.
So
I've also been doing some things that I do.
I want to tell you right now that there is an impersonator of McGruff.
Oh.
I am on the prowl looking for a McGruff impersonator. This person has been supporting crime, and I do not support crime. I take a bite out of crime, as you know, my famous catchphrase. Of course, take a bite out of crime. So, chomp, 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 yummy, 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 crime, I love it. That's McGruff's catchphrase, and so, I'm working with a copyright lawyer, and I'm working with a private investigator that I found on Craigslist, and we're gonna take this fake McGruff down, because, of course, this McGruff right here on the Podketeers podcast is the one true McGruff, of course, and not the one that is on the National Crime Prevention Council's Instagram page. So if you see that McGruff, listen, I'm trying to tell you right now, if you see that McGruff, that is not the real McGruff. I am the real McGruff. And those other ones, they're just faker haters. So listen closely. I am the real McGruff, okay? Also, since I'm here, we were talking about puppets, and puppets are pretty cool, so there should be more puppets. I don't know why I think puppets are cool, because I'm a real McGruff, but yes, I have strong opinions on puppets, and they should be around more.
Hey,
Agreed.
since we're speaking now, what's up with that script? Are you still trying to avoid us because of it, or what's happening?
So, listen.
You're not gonna run away again halfway through your explanation, right?
No, listen. Okay, listen. Let me be real with you right now.
You don't know how to spell?
I don't have thumbs. And so typing has been a little hard. I was using my nose to type on the keyboard of the laptop that Andrew put on the ground because, yes, of course, I live at Andrew's house as well. So I got about 3 paragraphs in, and then my nose started to, cramp. You ever have a nose cramp?
Yeah, all the time.
So it's taken me a little while longer. I have all the ideas up here in the old noggin, but it's taken me a little while longer. You may have to send me some reminders on what the script was supposed to be, because I've only got 3 paragraphs in, and it's going slow, and I apologize real bad for that.
Gotcha.
Yes, yeah. That's on me for making promises I couldn't keep.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll shoot over a text message right now. Just go check your phone, and I'll tell you what you need to write about again, and then we'll get back to that, and then we'll continue taking a bite out of crime.
I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I really do. So yes, folks, remember, me, McGruff, here on Podketeers is the real McGruff. All the other McGruffs are impersonators. So make sure you're always taking a bite out of crime, making sure that all that crime is bitten. So yum, yum, chompy, chomp, crime, crime, crime. Have a good evening. Okay,
All
bye.
right. Thanks,
Bye.
McGruff. Oh my God, McGruff had like what looked like a hand coming out of his butt.
Ignore that. I had to. McGruff is short, so I had to hold him up. I have to hold him. There's a special seat that McGruff sits in, and I have to hold him because he's short. You know.
I gotcha. I see. All right. Well, I do agree with you, Mel. The area in Hogsmeade, all those cobblestones do hurt if you're walking around the area a lot. But I will say though, the show that you're talking about is the one where they project on the castle, right?
And then it like
Whole,
breathes
fireworks and
fire.
stuff
Like,
that.
or wait, is it on the castle or is it on the building with the dragon thing?
No, that's it. That's a
Castle?
Universal in.
Oh, that's the other one. Never mind.
Yeah, that's.
Wait,
in-
there's not a.
that's in
Well, I'm
Florida.
confused. Whatever. Ignore me.
There's no. There's not. They don't have a dragon at this one.
Dragon's the other one. Oh, right. That's the Gringotts thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which show are you talking about? Like the.
I don't know.
projection show?
I just know the dragon
or the light show?
breathes fire. What was
No,
Melissa
I'm
talking
asking
about?
Mel, like-
Oh, sorry. Ignore me.
Because I know that they have like the projection show on the castle, like up on the hill on the attraction, as part of the area, right? Is that the one that you're talking about? Okay, yeah. That's a good show, actually.
It is. It's
really
just
good.
how clear it is
Yeah.
and how everything just changes in front of you. It's really well done. But yeah, I hate the floor. I hate the floor so much.
for the VIP tour, did you get to hit every single section of the FanFest nights, or was it just specific? What every single section you're able to hit?
Every
with
single
that?
section.
That's
They
great.
didn't. I mean, it was that, and then after we were done, once we were done with the tour, it was. They said that you could just do whatever you need to do. If it wasn't so hot, we would just go on attractions, but because we just had enough energy just to make it through the night, we were just like, you know what? This was a lot of fun. We had a blast. We really just had so much fun. Like, we were like, this was more than what we would have imagined.
Great.
Yeah.
Did your VIP tour kind of serve as a perk of like getting front of the line access for the rest of FanFest, so they
Yep.
work together? That's cool.
Yep.
That's actually nice because
Yeah.
Pro
I
tip.
don't think you can combine services. I could be wrong. I've never done like a tour or anything at Disney, but I know
Me
that they
neither.
don't tend to combine services from stuff. Unless you're a Club 33 member, then they kind of give you a lot of
Right.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was really neat.
So VIP tour, you recommend, right?
Absolutely.
And then FanFest for next year, because it's over now, right? Like this.
Yeah, it's
like,
over.
Yeah. So you recommend FanFest for next year, now that they've announced it that it's coming back.
Yeah. I would honestly, if anybody, if you were in my situation and it was really, really hot, and if you could take the tour, I would say take the 7:10 after 7. We timed it so well that we were able to go into their lounge while the sun was setting. And then afterwards, we were able to eat. So we killed another hour in, AC. And then by the time we were done, it was a lot cooler and more manageable.
So
I
the
think
4
that's-
hours of the tour didn't start till you're actually like walking, right?
Right.
Okay.
After we eat.
Cool.
What do you excuse me? What do you anticipate, or does anybody have any feelings on what they should include like next year? If they're gonna do, if they should do the same stuff, or should they like branch out into different stuff, switch it up? I'm imagining this is a, like, keep a couple, switch up a couple other ones, sort of vibe. But do anybody have any opinions, like what you would want to see? Like, what would get you there?
Actually, I would love to see like monsters.
Oh, like classic.
And that's
Universal
something they didn't
monsters.
have. But there's rumors right now swirling that Ghostbusters may be a part of it.
I mean, that makes sense. That's their like one of their big like
They used to have a show
things.
there for it.
Well, and they had last year at Halloween Horror Nights they had Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
So Ghostbusters and Universal are very, very tied together.
And I would do it again for FanFest.
I mean,
would totally do it.
And I mean, if they're doing monster, if they could do monsters, they can use, if they're using the sound stages anyway. Do they still have the old one with the fountain and everything, the thing that was built for all those monster movies? They might. I don't know if that's gotten demolished or not.
I don't think they do.
But if they had that still, that would be the perfect thing for that. I don't know. Maybe they just do. That you just go down there to random street and it's Fast and the Furious and it's just like cars sitting out there, vroom vroom vroom, like at the beginning where they are all lined up, and you can look at all the cars. I don't know.
I just want to go see the Water World portion of FanFest.
They should do a whole Water World thing.
That was fun. I liked that show.
Waterworld show is better than the movie.
Oh, the Court of Miracles is what it's called.
Is it still around?
Remember. I think it is because as part of the tour, you can kind of see it off in the distance.
I remember when one time I did the tour, I think I had they're like, we're taking an alternate route because of whatever, and we went right past it. One of the 3 times I was at Universal. I mean, they would be remiss if they didn't do Wicked next year, I think, as a full-blown thing.
Oh, Wicked would be a good one.
That's one of their big things.
Yeah, I was surprised that was just a meet and greet.
Right. I mean, maybe, this was probably being planned way ahead of time, and so maybe it was even planned before Wicked came out. And
Probably,
so they weren't
yeah.
sure what it was going to do. But some of their other big properties, I just did some searching. They have the Jurassic series, which they could do a lot with. They have the Mummy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They have E.T. Ever heard of them?
E.T.
I am pretty sure next year is going to be a lot more because it just felt like it was the safe choices that they did. Yeah,
Sure.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Ever heard of
Shrek? Kung Fu Panda.
Shrek would be,
let's
Terminator, all of that.
Terminator.
Oppenheimer?
Yeah, all of that stuff.
At let's see what else. The Lorax.
Ooh. Actually, I mean...
Lorax would be fun.
The
fun, actually.
Despicable Me.
Oh my god.
You know what? I didn't see any. Yeah, no.
They got King Kong.
That'd be fun. Oh, King Kong would be
Yeah. All the
Yeah,
stuff they
I
used
guess
to
a different version of the attraction.
basically all the stuff they used to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Babe, Pig in the City, have you heard of it?
I'm trying to figure out.
Puss in Boots.
I was trying to figure out if I had any photos of that area because.
Wait, do they have that Nope thing still there, or whatever it was?
What?
Not Nope, the other thing, that horror movie thing that the cowboy whatever, on the lot. Remember what was that movie? The Jordan Peele movie. It wasn't Nope, was it? That was the other one.
I have no idea.
They had they knocked down. Remember they knocked down the Whoville thing, and they built another thing there.
Oh, it was Nope.
Was it Nope? They could do
Yeah.
Nope, if they still have that cowboy thing there. I don't know.
Interesting.
I
Let's see if I
say
can look through some of the pictures because I distinctly remember, as the tram was driving by, snapping a photograph.
Right.
Of the fountain.
I mean, I like Ghostbusters. They should keep that Dungeons and Dragons thing for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure Back to
totally.
the Future is going to stay because it's kind of they have the perfect location for it.
Yeah.
And then there's probably going to be something that we don't even think of, like those animes that they had. They'll probably, have something out of left field that, brings in a whole different demographic that we
you know
don't even
what?
think of.
Props to all the people that came dressed up. Whew.
In this
I see-
economy,
This economy and this heat.
No, they were dressed in black in that heat.
down, 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 down.
That's hot.
down,
That's
Say
down.
again.
whew.
That's a nope for me, dog.
That's yeah.
That is a nope All right, I think that's a good place to wrap it up for today.
Yeah, we've been going a while.
Any
We're
closing
chatty
thoughts
Cathy's.
or final suggestions about the tour, Mel? Oh yeah, I did get a picture of it. Here.
Just do it.
This is my.
That's the catchphrase for Nike.
Just yeah.
Go do the tour. There you go.
Oh, that's the Adidas catchphrase.
So this was almost 10 years ago, actually. I
Yeah,
just
see,
realized
this
was
is
March of
built
2016. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember them saying like this was all like the silent movies and the black and white movies. Like that's what this was all built for.
Yeah. But it's still there. Yeah.
Yeah, so using that and doing the monsters there, like especially if they're already like schlepping people down to the lower lot, like to the actual lot.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let them roam around down there a little more. That would be pretty stinking cool.
Yeah.
That would be.
You could do more with the Bates Motel.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. All right. We're going to call it for today. So, again, join us over in the comment section. What would you like to see at FanFest? If there's a specific property, or if you went to FanFest, tell us what you liked about it. What was your experience like? How did you do with the peak of the heat wave when it was happening? So let us know. And, yeah, just going to wrap it up.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
See, that would be kind of fun, actually.
I don't know. I'm just going through a big list.
All right. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep moving forward, and always remember to pass on the magic. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Bye.
See ya. An American Tale. You ever heard of it?
Somewhere out there.
Beethoven. You ever
someone's
heard of
thinking
it?
me.